Hello, this is Shamo Runner, back again with another guide. The previous guide I released about a week ago roughly was my Unova Rock Smash guide. This is now my Hoenn Rock Smash guide, similar to Unova. I have not seen much talk or let alone actual guide on this on the forums or on the subreddit. So here's this guide I have for this right now. On the right side of my screen, this is the actual picture, the whole infographic for it, the route. This is included at the bottom of the forum link, as well as this YouTube video, and also on the subreddit with the link for this video too, as well as a Google spreadsheet with 6 hours of data on that. So to start this off, you will need a Frisk Thiefmon. I'm just using a basic bayonet. His other moves don't really matter. His IVs, nature, as well as his EVs don't really matter. As you can tell, it looks like he was just I leveled him up on just basic Tentacruels. I would recommend having a Mon with a Cleanse Tag and Keen Eye or Intimidate. Moves don't matter as much. Maybe a False Swipe if you want to help increase odds of catching stuff. A phenomenal Mon to have with this is also a Parasect with the HA. If you want to go for the Alpha, or there's an Alpha Swarm at the time to catch one, perfect. Otherwise, just grab one off the GTL with a hidden ability or a Paris and level it up. This right here, the reason for that is it has damp. What you're going to be running into are Geodudes and Gravelers. The Geodudes, if I'm correctly, don't have self-destruct, and the off chance they do, well, that's what the damp is for. The Gravelers guaranteed do have self-destruct. So if you run into a shiny, we want to make sure we have an option on this to be able to actually catch it effectively. Another thing that's nice is Parasect can serve as your secondary or your backup Thiefmon. There are other Mons that you can do this with, but the fact that he can serve as your Mon with Damp to help prevent shinies from killing themselves, as well as a Mon with Thief, and he can also be used for catching with Spore and False Swipe. Phenomenal Mon on that. So those are the three main Mons you want to have there. Another one you'll want to have is going to be a Mon with Fly. Any Mon with Fly works on this. Another Mon you'll need to have is going to be a Mon with Dive. And okay, I guess that was it. It only needs to have Dive. You also need a Mon with Surf, which actually Sneasel fits the bill. So going for a Keen Eye Sneasel with Cleanse Tag, Bayonet, Frisk Thief Bayonet, any Mon with Fly, and then a Mon with Dive. That's what you need for this. So to get this started, you need to start in Mossdeep City. So right here, you'll just bike north, and you'll go straight on over here onto Route 115. Now, right now the Lunar New Year event is live, so a lot of these little rocket deals are going to be in your way, trying to get through here. This NPC is a pain, by the way, but once the event's over, those rockets won't be in your way. So now we go over here towards the water, and then we'll surf onto here to the water to go north. So you can access this by coming from the north from Fall Arbor Town. The thing is, you have to go through a few patches of grass to get here in comparison to just surfing. The reason for this also is we work our way backwards through the cave from this side. So to start right here, we'll make sure we have our Frisk Thief Bayonet up front. And now, also up top, we have repels. I'll be talking about that here shortly. So the first thing we need to do, we're going to start the timer. We're going to go ahead and start this whole scenario. So nothing on that first one. Next we do is activate one of our basic repels. Nothing larger is needed on this. So now run through here, through Meteor Falls real fast. And once you get over here onto the outside, we still have some steps of repel left. Right now it's 25, sometimes it's upwards of 30. Let's go ahead and run that off to help increase our odds. So repels, maybe they completely repel Rock Smash Mons, maybe they only heavily repel but not completely. Either way, that's something we don't want going for us. So make sure you run that off before you get going. So boom, we have a Mon right now. So we have a Geodude right here. Yep. And no item on him. So now we'll continue on down the road and hop up through here. This next Rock Smash right here, this is the third one on the route we have. No item, no Mon there this time. Now this is number 4 and 5 Rock Smashes for this entire route. We have a Mon right here on the 4th one. So these ones we're looking at right here, will only be Geodudes. That's your first 7 Rock Smashes will only be Geodudes. And we have another Mon right here on this one too. So normally the times on these, compared to the Unova Rock Smashing route, this tends to struggle a bit. We have an item right there on that Geodude. Let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay, we have 1 Claw Fossil, so not too shabby. So currently our Claw Fossils, let's see what we have. So Claw Fossil, that was actually me at the 13,500. They're normally selling about 14 to 15,000 we're seeing right here. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and run away. So you'll notice that these fossils are already worth more, like 2 to 3 times more already than from the Unova Rock Smashing route with the cover fossils, which are roughly worth about 5,000 on average right now on the market. So right here, this is our 6th Rock Smash, and then right here on the left is our 7th Rock Smash. We have an item, or we have a Mon right there. Yep, no item on him. So now what you do is once you're done here with Route 111, by the way, that was Mauville you fly into, go north to Route 11. Now you'll fly to Mossdeep City over in the east. Once you're over here in Mossdeep City, the next thing we do is put your Mon with Intimidate or Keen Eye with that Cleanse tag up front. Let's run down a little bit to right here, and then go ahead and activate your Repel. This will get you almost all the way to where you need to go. So now we just go completely south. Now hop over 1, 2, 3 roughly spaces to your right. The reason for that is, boom, right there. There's a little island there sometimes you'll run into. So now what we do next is we get to right here. This is actually, this is from the campaign, in case you remember that, where there's the whole scenario with Kyogre and Groudon and stuff, and the 2 guys running the Hoenn version of Team Rocket are babbling on and fighting and whatever. So once you get to that, now all we need to do is get right here to the first of the diveable water. The reason for that is so that you have less and less encounters. If you continue, it's only a few more steps, but sometimes you run into a Mon and that adds another 15 seconds to your time and so forth. So the next thing we need to do is activate Strength. That is one thing I did forget to mention. Make sure you do have a Strength Mon or none of this is possible, in addition to your basic Rock Smash. So make sure you activate Strength. That helps your time stay down so you're not having to sit through a whole dialogue. So no Mon on that Rock Smash number 8 right there. So now move your Frisk. Now you notice that I am moving and bouncing back and forth my Frisk Thief Mon and my Keen Eye Mon with the Cleanse tag. That's because throughout this we're not using a Repel, so we're using that Keen Eye Cleanse tag Mon up front. So I'm bouncing them back and forth. Right? Sometimes you make a mistake and you forget to move him back and swap him out with the Frisk Thief Mon whenever you are on another Rock Smash. That happens sometimes. Now, whenever you're looking at one of these Gravelers and you're thinking, okay, I don't really want to risk losing a potential item on that, that's when your Damp Mon comes in handy, being a Parasect with Thief. Comes in handy like crazy, because since they can self-destruct, now suddenly they can't self-destruct, and you can see if there's an item there. So that was our number 11 rock right there, and right here is our number 12 rock, or 12th and final rock. So that's a time of, that was 5:04, 5:05. Decent little time for this route specifically. So what we have on this, we had the 4 Geodudes. We got a Claw Fossil out of that. That's not too bad. But that's the whole route we have right there. As I said, this infographic right here is on the right. That will be included. But what happens is we start all the way over in Rustboro City right here, and we go north. And there's 1 Rock Smash here. We follow the route all the way through, pop that Repel. Remember to run that Repel off before you actually get to your next Rock Smash right here. That one right here. Let's darken that up. Yep, and then you get to this Rock Smash, and then you have these 4th and 5th Rock Smashes right here. The next thing we do is we head on over to Mauville, and then we go north from there onto Route 111. At the very top, real fast, you'll find 2 Rock Smashes. Once you finish that, then you go once more over to Mossdeep over in the east, and you go south, and you just continue to surf down there until you get to this location here, and then directly south of that is our location there where we dive. Now sometimes you can dive a bit earlier and you're fine. Normally I prefer to do that so I have less, so I'm walking on less tiles where I can encounter mons. Once you end up there, make sure you come into the cave, walk all the way through, and then emerge back up on the surface, and then you'll open up right here. Then follow that into the cave, and you'll run around through here. You'll grab a rock smash, and there's 2 rocks right here that you need to use strength on. Then you'll go continue north, and then boom, right here, we have 2 more rock smashes, but we also have 2 rocks that you need to use strength on. One to get access to one of the actual rock smash locations, and the other one you need to move so that you can continue on with our last 2 rock smash locations. Same with these ones over here. You have 2 rock smash locations, but instead of 2 strength rocks, you have 4. You need to move those 4 to access the last rock smash location here. So we do have right over here included in this, I have an actual data from using Google Sheets where I ran it through, and we have actual percentages on this. So the rough encounter rate out of 6 hours of this, there's about another 8 to 9 hours of this that I was not recorded properly. Routes weren't being built and all this stuff, as well as some testing. So that's not factored in. So this is only 6 hours of data. So we had a 51.23% encounter rate, roughly 51.25% encounter rate for all of these rocks. So that's not too bad. The Unova Rock Smash route was roughly about a 43% encounter rate. We also had roughly a 12.35% of all the mons you encountered were holding an item. Down here we have about roughly 49%, that's about half of all the items were claw fossils, about a little bit more than a quarter were hard stones, about 10% were everstones, and about 15%, a little bit shy of that, was root fossils. Now, what happens is on this route, you'll notice on the bottom that it says average value per hour is 119,000 Poke-Yen. So what happens is whenever you're running into these root fossils, as well as those claw fossils, which are normally about 15,000 on average, what happens is those root fossils we have right there are actually worth a nice little chunk of change. Not crazy, but hey, something. Normally they're selling about 20,000. It looks like someone's gone through and bought some of them up again before the evening hit. So right now the prices are a bit higher. These prices we see right here, 30, 55,000, that is horribly overpriced, as well as this 24-hour and 22-hour. This 24,000 and 22,000. The reason being is both of these have been up for more than a day. Actually, those have both been up for roughly 2 days currently. That's 48 hours. It just hasn't updated quite yet because it's a little bit shy from that 48-hour mark, about 45, 46 hours. So those root fossils are worth a nice little chunk of change. Those everstones are about 5,000. And the hardstones are 1,500. I normally just sell those to an NPC. So this is what the whole route looks like. And it should be pretty good to go. Okay, so on the right side of my screen real fast, this is the spreadsheet right here. So we have all right through here 6 hours of data. I actually made the font on that a darker color, or darker shade of gray, with exception of these last 2 runs, which I just recently added. There's all the data on there for anyone who wants to check the data, take a look at this, see what they're getting into. So we have right there, it has all the mons, your Geodudes, and then as well as the Gravelers for those specific Graveler encounters, which those are our last 5 rock smashes that you have to use dive to access. So with all of these, there's all the different two different mons, the items, but the big thing that's important here is up top, this is the statistics on this, that were the average of all 6 hours of data collected on this, which, as I said, those are also, that set of data right there is also included over here in the actual infographic. But for anyone who wants to be able to check out that spreadsheet to see all that data, that is available for you too. If you have any questions, you can respond to the YouTube video, the forum post, the Reddit post, or you can also find me on several different Discord servers for PokeMMO. You can also try and message me in-game, which is Shamo Runner, same thing as my username. I may or may not respond as quickly on that compared to YouTube, Discord, Reddit, or any other sources that I end up linking at some point. If you have any questions, you can always ask, and good luck with your rock smashing in Hoenn today.